Hello there, welcome. You join me for my first ever attempt at Amonkhet Limited. My name's David Whitelaw. Here we are. Here's first pick. Let's have a look. Okay, so Heaven and Earth is very good. It's not a card I'm too interested in here, unfortunately. It is a split card, and while it is good, it's not a card I want to first pick. It's just not powerful enough. The cards we consider here, Scaled Behemoth is a card I keep on hearing talking about as absolute insane nuts, and it does look very, very good. It's very, very difficult to beat. Other picks here potentially would be, Consumed Fervor's fine, Watchful Nag very good, Thresher Lizard's very good, Magma Spray obviously excellent. If we weren't going to take the Scaled Behemoth here, we would perhaps consider the Magma Spray. That's likely the card I would take. But I think I'm just going to take the Scaled Behemoth here. I've heard too many good things about it. That's the card we're going to pick here. Okay, so Decimator Beetle is one of the strongest cards in the format. I don't think people understand that whenever it attacks, remove a -1/-1 counter from target creature you control and put a -1/-1 counter on up to one target creature defending player controls. The key thing about this is you don't need to have a -1/-1 counter on one of your creatures to put a -1/-1 on one of your opponent's creatures. It's an insanely powerful card. The rare is missing from this pack, so he could have taken absolutely anything over it. It could be, like a Bomby Planeswalker or something like that, but we are definitely going to take the Decimator Beetle here and see where we end up. If we weren't going to take that, Winged Shepherd's fine. Watchful Naga again, absolutely solid. Greater Sandworm less so, but not an unreasonable pick. We might table something like the Greater Sandworm, that might be a little bit optimistic, but we're going to take Decimator Beetle here for sure. Okay, what have we got here? Not a lot from the looks of it. Onward to Victory is not amazing. It's solid. We're not in either colour at the moment, so I don't think we want to be going there. Fanbear is probably the best card in this pack as things currently stand. We could look to go green-white and forgo our Decimator Beetle. Festering Mummy or Spidery Grasp are the only cards sort of in colour. I've seen Warfire Javelineer do very good work as well. Although I would say probably Fanbear is a better, higher, stronger pick. So the question is, do we want to take the Fanbear and potentially go green-white rather than green-black? Or do we want to stay on colour and pick one of the on-colour cards? I don't think Spidery Grasp is particularly powerful. Festering Mummy's fine. Doesn't excite me. I think we'll take the Festering Mummy and try and stay on colour, I think. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, there is only one card on colour here, but thankfully it is a good one in Cartouche of Ambition. There's a lot of white here, though. We've got a blue card in Censor, which is unreasonable by any stretch. But I think Cartouche is what we're going to go for here. So this is actually worth a little bit as well. I mean, not heaps. Certainly not worth enough to consider picking it here. There's a lot of white here. And red. It's perfect. The only colours that seem to be getting picked. We seem to be getting cut pretty hard. But then Cartouche is very good, so I think we'll just take Cartouche here and pass on. I mean, Shimmer Scale Drake's fine. Winged Shepherd is very good. Unwavering Initiate, very good. I'm kind of wishing we'd perhaps taken the Fanbear last pick and moved into white, but I'm going to stay the course here and we're going to take Cartouche of Ambition and keep on cutting to our left. Another Cartouche. Okay. Kind of ties in with the kind of play a fatty, make him lifelink type plan. Stinging Shot also fine. Could take an Evolving Wilds, but I think we'll just take another Cartouche here and stay the course. Okay. Wasteland Scorpion, absolutely fine. We need cards that are going to allow us to get up to casting something like Decimator Beetle or Scaled Behemoth. And Wasteland Scorpion is one of those cards that does that. We could also look at Pitiless Vizier, but I don't think, I think that card's better from what I've seen in the kind of blue-black cycling decks, which we are definitely not. So we will take Wasteland Scorpion here. Okay, a fairly weak pack again. Vizier of Remedies, absolutely solid pick. Blighted Bat, though, is kind of on colour. Does what we want to do. We need to keep an eye on our 3-drops, but yeah, Blighted Bat is an absolutely reasonable pick here. Okay, we've got a pick. We've actually got a choice here. Initiate's Companion is probably, is fine. It is a 2-drop, which is kind of important in this format. Something I have seen a lot of is people end up with a lot of 3-drops and not enough 2-drops. Initiate's Companion is nothing exciting, but it's also nothing to sniff at either. It's an entirely reasonable. It's an entirely reasonable 2-drop. So yeah, we'll go for that. Absolutely nothing here whatsoever. I guess we'll take the Haze of Pollen. We might board it in against, multiple in a Ketra's name, something like that. So we'll take it for the board. Again, nothing here. If we were playing in an actual draft, paper draft with other people sat around the same table, I would take Djeru's Resolve here. It's a very strong card. I'll take Painful Lesson. There's a tiny chance it might make our deck. Unlikely, but we'll take it anyway. Okay. Nothing here we're going to want. I'll take the uncommon, because why not? Same. We'll take Crab. Not planning on playing it, obviously. We'll add the desert to our sideboard and a land. So we're looking okay so far. A couple of cartouches, a couple of really powerful cards in Decimator Beetle and Scaled Behemoth. I would like to see some ramp. Ramp's what we'd like to see. Something like a Channel Initiate would be a good first pick here. But yeah, I would like to see some cards to allow us to ramp up to where we want to be. Okay, and we got, I wonder how much Fetid Pools is worth. I'm going to have a little quick look for a second just to see if it's worth a lot. So that would be a reasonable consideration if it was. Bear with me a second. If we don't, yeah, no, it's worth a ticket. No, I think we'll take Naga Vitalists here. It's a card that allows us to ramp, get where we want to be. There's nothing really here I would take over it for our colours, so we'll take that. Okay, we've got some options here. Vizier of Many Faces is very strong indeed. It's basically always the most powerful card on the board twice, because you get it out and play, you get rid of it, and then all of a sudden you have to deal with it all over again. So very strong. Baleful Amet's a card I'm a big fan of. It ties into our -1 theme. It's a very solid pick. Bone Picker is also excellent here actually, and it does fit our curve a little better. But I'm going to take the Baleful Amet here. I think it's pretty close between these two cards. I think the -1 theme with the Decimator Beetle probably ties in with the Baleful Amet more. That said, we don't have any kind of flying defense at the moment. I think it's very close between these two cards here. I think I'll take the Baleful Amet. Oh wow, okay. Well, better lucky than good. We've ended up with the legendary creature in our own colours. That was very lucky indeed. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. Whenever you put a -1/-1 counter on a creature, you create a 1/1 snake token with Death Touch. Very powerful card. It's in our colours. No brainer. Okay. We've ended up with another very powerful card here in Stir the Sands, which also fits into our curve in terms of you will often play it as a 4-drop. You'll cycle it as a 4-drop. And we haven't got any 4-drops at the moment. You can also play it obviously as a 6-drop, and it's very good indeed. But we will take that, snap it off, and be very happy with our lot. Okay, we have got some options here. We've got Spring Mind, which is a ramp card. We were talking about ramp. However, it's very unlikely that we're going to be able to play the second half unless we were to pick up some Gifts of Paradise down the line, which isn't totally unlikely. Hooded Brawler is a very solid 3-drop. We've also got Soul Stinger, which is a card I've seen cause a lot of problems for a lot of players. We are kind of problematic in the 4-drop slot. We have got the Stir the Sands as we just discussed. But I think I'm going to take Soul Stinger here. Very good card. Can cause a lot of problems for a lot of players. Ties into our -1 theme once again. So we will... yeah, whenever you put one or more -1 counters on a creature, create a 1/1 snake token with death touch. So we're going to take the Soul Stinger here. Very good with Hapatra. This pack's less good. Not really a lot here we're going to be particularly interested in. Dune Beetle might make the deck. Again, we've discussed how 2-drops can be an issue, so I think I'll take it here and see if it's something we end up wanting to play. But not a great pick. Supernatural Stamina is a card that I was not particularly strong on initially, and the more draft videos I've watched, the better I've seen it be. Especially if you have come into play effects on a particular creature or card. So that's the card we're going to go for here. There was nothing else in our colours anyway. It's just a good trick, get rid of something. So yeah, we'll take that. Okay, well, another Wasteland Scorpion, I guess it is. Nothing really else here. The zombie player's starting to feel very clever about himself. Gift of Paradise. Well, we talked about the fact we wanted to ramp. Gift of Paradise is a card that's going to allow us to get up to Decimator Beetle, Scaled Behemoth, Stir the Sands, and also it allows us to splash potentially down the line as well. So we will take that. I'm very surprised that Horror of the Broken Lands came all the way back round here. Very good card, obviously entirely reasonable later on. But you can also cycle it earlier on if you're short of land. So we will take that here and almost certainly play it as well. So yep, good pickup. Wandering Death is a card I've seen getting used to great effect. Being able to, it depends on the matchup. If you're in a kind of grindy matchup, then the card advantage this provides can be very important. So we will take that here. We do need to keep an eye on our 3-drops, but we will take that there quite happily. Nothing here for us. We will take a Forsake the Wildly and move on. Thank you very much. Same with Illusionary Wrapping, same with Decision Paralysis. Take our land. And yeah, I'm feeling reasonably good after 2 packs. We're in pretty good shape. Got the Hapatra, Decimator Beetle, Scaled Behemoth. Never to Return, a fantastic removal spell. Also kills a Planeswalker potentially. Other picks, Splendid Agony would be very good for us, and it is something that we perhaps should consider here. Splendid Agony working in the -1 theme. We've also got something like Colossopede, Exemplar Strength, also excellent. Put 3 -1 counters on, obviously going to work very well with the Patra or Decimator Beetle down the line. I think this pick's very close, actually. I'm going to take Never to Return, because I think flat out removal for 3 mana is just so powerful. This is a very tough pick. Splendid Agony or the Exemplar I'd have been delighted with, but I'm going to take the hard removal here because I think it's just too much to pass up. Okay, well, we were talking about the problem we had with 4-drops. Crocodile of the Crossing is one of the premium ones, so we will take that there and move on. Very happy to see that. Sweltering Suns there, also excellent. A lot of really good red cards here. If we weren't to take the Crocodile of the Crossing, Soul Stinger would be a fine pickup. The red players would be very satisfied here. Sweltering Suns, Magma Spray. But we will take Crocodile of the Crossing here. Lord of the Accursed. Do we have enough zombies that we would want to consider that? I don't think so. Festering Mummy, Baleful Bat, Blighted Bat, sorry. Baleful Amet, no. Soul Stinger, no. Decimator Beetle, no. Horror, no. Stir the Sands, yes, but yeah, I don't think so. I think we want to just take the Defiant Great Maw here, which is another card that ties into our theme. It's a very good card in and of its own right, so yeah, I'm entirely happy to end up with a Defiant Great Maw here. We'll take that. And a pack of, a few options to not very many, to say the least. I think Doom Dissenter is probably a strict upgrade to Dune Beetle in this deck, although it's pretty close. Evolving Wells might be a better pick here. think we'll take Evolving Wilds over Doom Dissenter. I'm not particularly excited about any of those picks, but we'll take Evolving Wilds. Okay, we actually do have a pick here though. Giant Spider is worth consideration. 4-drop, deals with a lot of the issues in the air that we might potentially have. We haven't picked up a Stinging Shot yet. We did have an option of one and we kind of passed it. We've got the Blighted Bat. We do have some removal. Not as much as I would have liked. Perhaps we just want to take the Giant Spider here. Although we could take another Blighted Bat. And Burden's a card I would not be disappointed to end up in my deck at all. I think we just take the Giant Spider here. I don't love it, but it does answer a hole in our deck. It does fit our curve reasonably well. Yeah, I think we'll take that here. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We could take Cradle of the Accused. We're just going to be probably playing 17 land in 2 colours, so it wouldn't be unreasonable. Another Magma Spray there. Oh, the red player's getting gifts. Hand over fist. I think we'll take Cradle of the Accursed here. I don't love it, but we could probably play it with 17 lands. Take that. Rhoda's Monument is a card I've seen put to great effect in green decks. However, there is another Soul Stinger here. Soul Stinger ties in with our theme so much better. So I'm absolutely happy to take Soul Stinger here. I wouldn't have been disappointed to end up with that Rhoda's Monument, but Soul Stinger just does a lot more in our deck. So yeah, we'll take that. Take Pouncing Cheetah. I don't think we'll play it. I don't think we're particularly interested in it. We'll take it for the board for just now. Colossopede is a card we would play. Very happy to see that here. So we will take that for sure. There's the Unburden we were considering. So we'll pop that into our deck. We're going to have a few cuts to make here. Doom Dissenter, well, that was another card that we considered earlier, so we'll take that too, and probably remove the Dune Beetle to the sideboard. Let's do some uncommon drafting. We'll take some more uncommon drafting. Ancient Crab, probably not going to make the deck at this point. We'll take a land. Okay, now it's time to build. Quite happy with how this turned out. I think it's pretty reasonable. We do obviously need to make a couple of cuts. We have 18 creatures, so we're in pretty good shape there. We could afford to cut a creature or two if that was the way we wanted to go. I think Giant Spider I'm willing to cut here. I think we probably want to cut. See, we probably do want to run 17 land. If we want to run the Cradle of the Accursed, we probably do want to run 17 land and the Evolving Wilds. So I think I'm absolutely happy cutting a Giant Spider here. The cartouches look pretty good. We've Unburden I would really like to keep. I think one of these two cards, either the Wandering Death or the Unburden, probably need to go. At least one of those, certainly. And then it just comes down to a question of which. I think I'm going to cut Unburden for just now. Oh, that's close. That is close. That takes us down to 24. Obviously, we've got 2 lands here, so we need to make one more cut, I think. Perhaps we can get away with 16 here with the Vitalist and the Gift of Paradise. Perhaps not. I think I'd be getting greedy if I did that. I think we probably may want to make one more cut. It's tough though. This one's close. We didn't end up with quite as much removal as I'd like. We've got the Never Return. We have ways to put. Well, we've got the double cartouches. I think they both have to stay for that reason. A Quarry Hauler would have been really good in this deck. We didn't really see one, unfortunately. We could just cut something like the Festering Mummy, but it does put a -1/-1 counter on another creature. Which ties in with the Patra plan. I feel like it's a 3-drop we need to cut. Maybe we just cut one of these Wasteland Scorpions. Yeah, I feel like that's probably correct. It doesn't time with the -1/-1 plan that we've got working on so many of our other creatures. I mean, it could be something like Horror of the Broken Lands, but that cycles, so I don't feel too bad about that. I feel like this is our deck. You have to remember that Never's a 3-drop as well, so it makes cutting the Wasteland Scorpion seem even more reasonable. I think that's what we're going to go with, so let's add some lands to this. Suggesting 9/8 for mountain, for swamp, sorry. It's probably right, although I'm going to be quite annoyed about the fact if we don't get... no, sorry, suggesting 9/8, no, absolutely not 9/6, I'm forgetting because we've got our 2 colourless land over here. No, we want to go 8/7, I think. I think 8/7 seems reasonable. I don't think it's too greedy to play Cradle of the Accursed in a deck like this. Okay, sort of green-black mid-range good stuff. Let's give it a spin and see how we get on.